Hi guys, welcome back to Geography World. For this video, we're going to look at the CSEC 2014 Geography paper, and this is going to be question number 4. Stay tuned.
I see the comments and requests and I will act on them. Please remember to follow Geography World channel on Instagram and Facebook using the link shown on the screen. Please remember to like, share with your friends and subscribe. For person wishing to contact me privately, you may email me at geographyworld100@gmail.com. The link will be posted below.
Question 4 part A shows us a diagram of the lines of latitudes of the Earth, and we're to answer the questions that follow. So part 1 asks that we name the lines of latitude labeled A to C. At A, we have the equator, which measures 0 degrees. At B, we have the Tropic of Capricorn, which measures 23.5 degrees south. And at C, we have the Antarctic Circle that measures 66.5 degrees south. Part 2 asks that we state the latitude of the following lines labeled X and Y. So at X, it measures 23.5 degrees north, and that is the Tropic of Cancer. And at Y, we have 90 degrees south, and that is the South Pole. Once you were able to correctly label all five marks belong to you. Part B to the question, it shows us a diagram or a picture of the atmosphere as energy moves from the sun. We're to study the diagram and answer the question that follows. So we are to using the diagram above, describe the greenhouse effect, and that's worth 4 marks. So based on the picture above, we are seeing where incoming shortwave radiation, which is the visible light from the sun, passes largely uninterrupted through the atmosphere to reach the Earth. The energy heats up the Earth's surface, which in turn gives off heat in the form of long-wave radiation. Some of the heat from the Earth escapes to space, but some is trapped and absorbed by greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This warms the atmosphere, creating a kind of insulating blanket around the Earth. This is what we refer to as the greenhouse effect. Without it, the temperatures would be too cold and life would not exist on Earth. So in the picture, you can see where we have shortwave radiation coming from the sun, entering into the Earth's atmosphere. The greenhouse gases is trapping most of the solar radiation or the shortwave that we have. Only a small amount is exiting, and what it does is that it keeps bouncing up and down in the atmosphere, in our environment. Part 2 to part B of question 4 asks that we describe 2 ways in which deforestation contributes to global warming in the Caribbean. Now, 2 ways that deforestation contributes to global warming in the Caribbean is that the tropical rainforests, they act as a huge carbon sink. They absorb carbon from the atmosphere and help to reduce the buildup of greenhouse gases. If deforestation takes place, less carbon will be absorbed and the greenhouse gas will become more concentrated and effective. We know that this could lead to an increase in global warming. And 2, when trees are cut down and burnt, carbon is released back into the atmosphere. So the rainforest or trees, they act as a carbon sink where they absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and if we cut them down or burn them, then we release back into the environment. There are many other ways in which deforestation contributes to global warming, but these are just 2 that you can expound on, and that's a total of 4 marks. Part C to the question asks that we explain 2 possible impacts of climate change in the Caribbean on one of the following environmental conditions. So we have changes in sea level and we also have changes in the weather pattern. Now I'm going to go through both. I'm going to give you two impacts that it can have on both. So let's start with changes in sea level. Now what you're going to realize is that climate change, it has significant impact on both changes in sea level and in the weather pattern. So it can cause a rise in sea levels, which could basically flood low-lying islands such as the Cayman Islands and the Bahamas. It increases the rate of coastal erosion that could threaten beaches and other coastal environments, and it leads to the sea reclaiming coastal areas and land. Now, the sea level changes impacts are things that we are experiencing in the Caribbean, where we have rising sea levels, which is reclaiming land, as well as we have increased rate of coastal erosion. So that is 3 points on the sea level. Now let's talk about the changes in weather pattern. Now, due to climate change, we can see extreme weather events such as heat waves and large storms, and they are likely to become more frequent and more intense. You have countries may face prolonged periods of drought, which may lead to famine, as well as it will cause ocean temperatures to increase, resulting in more violent hurricanes in the North Atlantic. Now, these changes in weather pattern are something that these are evident in the Caribbean and other parts of the world due to the impacts of climate change. Once you are able to select any two, explain any two, then a total of 6 marks belong to you. Part Part 2 of Part C asks that we explain two measures which have been implemented by Caribbean government to reduce the effects of climate change. Now, over the governments in the Caribbean, they have implemented several measures that is aimed at basically reducing the impacts of climate change. I'll go through just a few, but a few that persons may know. One is joining the Kyoto Protocol to basically reduce their emission, the carbon emission by an average of 5.2%, hence setting a target for a reduction in emission. So a lot of the Caribbean countries, they have joined the Kyoto Protocol, and this is aimed at basically reducing carbon emissions. So that's one. Two, a lot of Caribbean countries, they have implemented renewable form of energy such as solar, hydroelectric, and wind. Three, they use technology and introduce strict regulations to reduce emission from power stations and car exhaust. They implement another one that they implement public transportation systems in towns and cities. They educate and encourage citizens to recycle and reduce waste, as well as provide grants for persons to reduce energy consumption through the implementation of renewable energy. Now, these are just 6 ways that the government has basically helped to reduce climate change within the different Caribbean countries. There are other methods, but once you're able to list and explain any two, then a total of 6 marks belong to you, and that's a total of 25 marks if you were able to do all of question number 4 correctly.
We are at the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell in order to receive more videos like these. Leave comments below suggesting topics that you would want me to present on. In the comment section below, comment the name of your school and the territory for a shout out in my next video. Until then, bye.